Baby Monster's back. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got to get a show for you because we got K-pop. Guys, I'm very excited to be talking about K-pop once again. As you know, K-pop is one of those genres that I definitely grew up with. One of those genres that I started listening to and really started enjoying. So, guys, I always love doing K-pop reviews. There's always so much to talk about with these songs, which I always enjoy. And guys, we have BABYMONSTER. We've been talking about this group for quite a while. I mean, at this point, guys, we've been talking about this group for a little bit now. I mean, we've talked about it in Season 10. The seasons before, we talked about BABYMONSTER too. I mean, guys, we have been on that goddamn K-pop grind. We have been reviewing all that stuff. Today, guys, we got BABYMONSTER, Really Like You. This just came out. I wanted to check it out and do a review of it. Guys, let's just get off the bat and let's just start talking about this song. Really Like You. I got a couple of points I want to get off my chest. Starting off with number one. Number one, let's just talk about that beat. Goddamn, that beat. When you have a beat that is on the surface, pretty simple, pretty, sounding simple to your ears at first. I really like how there's so much simplicity in this instrumental. And, always having simplicity, can be a bad thing or a good thing. I think in this case, this is a good thing because, the members here on each member is really putting in that forth, really putting in that effort on the song. And I kind of don't even need a heavy instrumental to really, make this song really pop out. But this song is kind of sneaky on you because it starts out pretty simple. That typical kind of pop instrumental that's really just on there. We got the simple beat, those guitars. But then once everything starts kicking in, when those melodies and everything just start kicking in on the hook, and this beat really unfolds, unpackages. Holy shit. This beat just absolutely goddamn fucking hits. When it fully kicks in, when the beat drops, the funny thing with y'all, when I review pop music or I review some K-pop music, for some reason, and this is a funny thing, there will be a lot of buildup. There will be so much buildup on these instrumentals. They start out building up so good. And then when we get to that hook, that beat drops down, and it doesn't really deliver. This is one of those cases where that beat is slowly building up with that pop instrumental, and then boom, it kind of climaxes, it kind of explodes, and then it explodes, and it just kind of, creates a good, really gosh darn dang vibe. Lord mighty, guys. I think this beat absolutely hits. I think this beat absolutely goes crazy. Lord gosh darn dang mighty, this is like if your grandma had a pot pie and the fucking pot pie fell off the goddamn counter and it fell on the goddamn floor. Alright, it's that goddamn good. And I think this instrumental absolutely does hit. I think it absolutely does go crazy. And overall, guys, I like how simplicity it is. I like how the simplicity and all that's there. But I also like how, when the beat does come live, when the beat does come on, the beat does come on. Those drums absolutely bang. And then those, that addicting, kind of like melody that you can kind of hear throughout this beat when it drops down. And then it really, comes together with, the vocals and all that stuff. So overall, this instrumental is really fucking good, guys. And overall, I really enjoyed it. Now, my second point, we start off with rapping, which, hey, if you like K-pop rapping, this is definitely up your alley. This song immediately starts out with the first verse with rapping. And honestly, I will say the rapping is pretty good. Sometimes when I review K-pop, the rapping is not always the best. When I review K-pop, sometimes the rapping is just kind of annoying, or it's just kind of like, alright, can we just move on and get to the gosh darn dang point? Things like that. But I will say in the beginning here, the rapping really sets the goddamn tone. The flow is really good. I like the vocals on the rapping too in the beginning too. But then we cut into the full song and we start getting into that first verse with the singing. I really enjoy the singing. I like the flows, and I'm liking all the switch ups. A lot of K-pop songs have these switch ups. Switch ups that can, it can be vocally switch ups, it can be flow switch ups from each member to member to member. Sometimes when there's too many members, that can get a little bit draining to listen to. It feels like there's like 5 or 10 people trying to fit in a verse or trying to fit in this or fit in this, and it becomes a little bit overwhelming sometimes with these bigger K-pop groups. BABYMONSTER, in my opinion, really hasn't ever had that problem. In my opinion, I think these songs are so good, and I think this group knows their flow and, how they flow from each member to member. I think this group already knows that shit. So this song, I think, really works well together because all these flow switch ups, all these vocal switch ups really just come together and just absolutely deliver an absolute banger ass fucking song. I mean, Lord goddamn mighty, guys. This is like if I went to the casino and I gambled all my goddamn money and then I came home broke. But I came home broke and there was a Porsche sitting right on my goddamn driveway. I mean, I'm going to be in a bad mood because I gambled all my money away, but that Porsche right there is going to fucking hit in the meantime. So I really enjoy the flow, the first verse. I like the singing. And also, when we get into my next point, which is my third point, is the hook. How do I feel about the hook? Guys, I think this hook just absolutely hits. When I was listening to this hook, does this hook get stuck in your head? Is this hook addicting? Is the vocals really good? Is this hook going to really grab you? And I will say, from all cylinders from this song, Really Like You, I think this hook absolutely hits on all gosh darn dang cylinders. I mean, Lord mighty, you got those vocals that just absolutely go crazy. Then you have the background vocals, which is honestly a detail that I'm really picking up on newer K-pop songs. They have a lot of more R&B centric kind of background vocals to really help out the song. Kind of like how Sabrina Carpenter has these background vocals that really, bring up her songs and make them more addicting. I think BABYMONSTER has really, taken the new pop landscape and really applied that. And you can really hear that here with those background vocals and the hook and that flow. I think it just overall really comes together and really just, sounds really goddamn fire. I mean, Lord mighty. I mean, guys, this song, this hook, I think this hook just absolutely hits. The singing is good. The vocals are absolutely hitting. I'm liking the flow of the hook, and I'm overall liking how this song has such good build-up, and the build-up is actually really worth it. It's worth it to get through a verse or another verse or a couple of members doing their thing, and then you get to the hook. It's worth it doing that because this hook absolutely goddamn hits. So I think overall, the hook is really good. But let's move on now because there is some more. Now look, we do have a little bit of a slight switch up. We also have 2 slight switch ups. Alright, the next verse, the next section, we get a little bit more vocals on the second side of the song. We get a little bit more vocals. We get a little bit more flow, switches on the singing. And I think overall, really good, sounds really good. And it's a nice switch up because, sometimes with songs, the first verse will be really good. The hook will be really good. And then that second verse, that second hook, that ending of the song doesn't really hit the same. I'm not getting those vibes on this song, guys, because also we get a second switch up, which they kind of play. Each member kind of plays around, taking turns, doing a little bit of a rapping verse, taking turns in a little bit of rapping. I really like that too. I like how it goes from each member to member to member and really lets them shine and really lets them do their thing. I think that's overall really goddamn fire. Guys, overall, the beat absolutely hits. The beat simplicity, it's simple. Simplicity is key when it works, when it sounds fire. And those are one of those cases. And then we have that verse, we have that hook. And I think overall, guys, this is a pretty good gosh darn dang song. Overall, BABYMONSTER, Really Like You. I'm going to give this song, guys, an 8 out of 10, guys. 8 out of 10, what'd you think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know, let me know. Thank you so much for listening, guys. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at. Make sure you follow, turn on notifications. I'm dropping new content almost every day. I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. Bye.